What's up, everyone? This is Woken Replik here. Brand new video, brand new topic. All comers are welcome. And today, I'm going to be talking about virtual reality will never be a real escape from reality. Now, there was an article that I stumbled across because I was really curious about the direction that this world is getting at. Because majority of the people today, over 10 million people in the world alone. I don't know the exact number, so I'm saying over 10 million because it is over 10 million if you do your research. The number is over 10 million people owns a smartphone. And the title of the article that I stumbled across is titled, "Will Virtual Reality Become Part of Everyday Life?" I'm going to link this article down in the description box down below. It's an old article that's by Ben Y. This was published Thursday, January 19th, 2017. So there was a lot of people that already seen signs and seen this coming. Okay, I'm going to read a little bit from the beginning. We have seen many large organizations entering the virtual reality market, such as Samsung, Google, and Microsoft, of course. 2016 saw a rise in virtual reality games, apps, and other experiences. Although, according to the Gartner and other technology research companies, we can expect VR or virtual reality to be even more popular in 2017 and a lot more interesting features to come. So, given the hype, we decided that we would try it. Hold on, give me a second. We will try it in our office for the day. The VR experience really felt like you were in a different world. I'm going to repeat that. The VR experience really felt like you were in a different world. The combination of the graphics, sound, and being immersed into the storyline, being plugged in into the storyline, made it an experience like no other. One aspect of the VR headset that I thought was extraordinary was the full 360 visuals where you can explore the surroundings and environment. The headset and controls monitors your movements, and the response is remarkable. Any slight movement you make is imitated through the VR headset. Now, the reason why I said all this is because this will give Microsoft, Samsung, and Sony to give an idea to come up with, hey, why don't we make a VR that could submerge you completely into the virtual reality world where you feel and see everything till your heart's content. And it'll be so realistic that it'll actually brainwash many individuals to want to escape from reality to submerge into their own reality. Their own reality is fake and it's going to be vain and it's a fantasy. It's not real. And since Mark Zuckerberg introduced the Meta, which is known as the Metaverse, is going to be replacing Facebook in the future, there's going to be a lot of strange people. And based off this thumbnail that I put from Ready Player One, this image is a perfect example of an individual. So you see the female character right there. She is just looking around all bizarre. And then everyone's just on their headsets like everything's okay. You could get hit by a car. There could be a mass shootout. And you're in public in broad daylight just doing this. You're a vulnerable, easy target to people that's not so submerged in technology like this. It's like the virtual reality headset will suck you in. You'll be plugged into the matrix. You're living a false reality. A lot of people are already in a false reality because virtually you're happy. You're browsing. You're online. When it comes down to dating websites, social media, Instagram, all these likes. But if you take away a person's cell phone that's so plugged in to all this, right? all of a sudden they go crazy. They're lost. They don't know what else to do with themselves. It's like the only thing you had was the smartphone that was in front of you. And now, 30 years from now, your smartphone could be a virtual reality headset where you just walk around, touch the air, talk to people. It may be cool. It may make life easier. But most people, and the majority of the time, are going to spend even more time online more than in family. A lot of people are more disconnected. The reason why I choose to be disconnected from the people in this reality is because most people are not going to see what I see. You're going to be called crazy. You're a hater. People will look at you strange. And if they don't say all this or look at you strange, they may act like you don't exist. I already had a conversation with a person one time, a complete stranger, about things like this. And he looked at me like if I'm weird, like something's wrong with me. Oh, you don't have Snapchat? You don't have Instagram? Oh, you just stopped talking to me. This is how strange this world is. People has no goals in mind or anything like that anymore, or no true ambitions, no anything. I'm not going to be that plugged and sucked in online where this whole world is going to collapse with it. What am I going to have left once I die and I'm in the face of God? That's right. Most people of this world doesn't believe in God. There are some people that would say things like, oh, I don't believe in the afterlife, when there's truly an afterlife after the death that we have. The source of life is the life that we have. People could question life and believe in all they want. You just want to see things for yourself. You're wishy-washy. Why would God, and the creator out of all people, show himself to the world if we're being tested of our faith at the same time? If your teacher gave you an exam and you know you need the exam in order to move on, to actually pass the exam, why would your teacher say, okay, while you're taking the exam, I know it's difficult, I know the journey is hard to finish your exam, right? The questions are difficult. I'm going to give you the whole answer sheet so you can see everything for yourself. Why would you be spoiled enough to feel entitled to want to see that, to just get by? Most people are selfish and entitled already. So why would it be okay for God to reveal himself? A lot of people seem to ignore a lot of people that believes in God, and especially just that speaking the truth. I am not going to feel the need to be submerged that deep in virtual reality to think that that's going to be my new reality. Most of the people in this world is already lost. This will implement a new idea for huge marketing consumers, huge companies like Google, Microsoft, Samsung, to take advantage of this, to take advantage of the masses of the world, to submit to their new agenda, their new world order. Technology will advance, yes, but that does not mean you have to be submerged and advanced with it. I own a smartphone. I like video games. I own game systems, but I'm not deeply submerged into it because I know in reality I have a family to look out for. Because who is going to look out for them? The world? Technology? This is the reason why there are so many people addicted to their smartphones, because they look at their smartphone for their reality, for their family. My friends online, when you don't even know half of the time who they are. Seriously, you're not gonna know who you're talking to and who these people truly are. This is going to be a rise in scammers, catfish, catfishing, liars. This is going to be a big advantage for majority of marketing consumers, the buyers, to take control and advantage of satisfying their own fantasies. And when I'm going by fantasies, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Pedophiles, porn addictions, porn addicts. This is going to satisfy a lot of weird people needs. You're going to see a lot of strange people, forums. Majority of the world is going to be plugged in. They're not going to get enough of this, especially if they make this so realistic to where you can't tell the difference between virtual reality and reality. You best be assured majority of the world is going to be plugged in to this new matrix. There's going to be a disconnection from a lot of people, especially if they take this to where you can even have sex through virtual reality. That's how far they could take it. Relationships. Why get a real husband or a real boyfriend when you could virtually make one or meet one online? Why get married in real life when you could live together and get married online? I'm pretty sure they're going to do something so bizarre to where instead of traveling, just like if they could introduce concerts to where you could watch at home, right? Imagine not only watching a concert through your virtual headset, but even having the ability to travel to different countries, to different states with a virtual passport through your virtual VR headset at home. Oh, I just visited Thailand. It was amazing. This will probably solve so many cases and so many issues for other countries to give the idea like, oh yeah, that will decrease the outcomes of catching COVID. Leave people more at home. People are already social distancing, and more people are more disconnected. More people are going to be more disconnected even more. This is introducing a lot of ideas to happen in the future. It's going to be scary. You're going to see a lot of strange people. Like I said, you take candy away from a baby. It's the same thing with a lot of people, the majority of the world. Most people is not going to know what to do with themselves. This is what I'm going to see in the future. Most people are not going to know what to do with themselves because they're plugged in. It's like a crack addict. They can't get enough. They need more. That's how deep they are into the matrix. And I don't want to be one of those people. I pray for my kids and I pray for all of you out there who has some sense, because you do not want to be those who are lost, because it's going to be hard for them to get back into reality. I wouldn't even be surprised if there were to be a mass shooting 30, 40, 50 years from now if the internet was to get cut off. You cannot be heavily dependent on technology that deeply that you forget about our creator, our father. It's crazy. You think it's bad right now for people walking around with their cell phones in their hands, not looking at each other, not talking to one another, not socializing with one another? They look at you strange when you try to talk to them and be friends with them. when they rather be friends with you online, but most people just want to use you, think again. Look at what's going to happen in the year 2050. Look at the video game Cyberpunk. That could be our future. This all virtual reality bogus. It may be cool and all, but from the site, from what I see in the future, if people are this deeply plugged into their tablets, their smartphones, technology, right, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Even the president and the government will probably use this as an idea to keep the streets safer. This will change the way of how a lot of people view women and even women who views men. They will use this as an idea to say, hey, all the rapes and the criminals and the pedophiles on the streets, right? Now they could satisfy their fantasies through the virtual headset, make it realistic as possible, and you won't have to worry about anything or anyone ever hurting you ever again. And this is not going to make it any better. And I guarantee companies will vote for this to happen. And I would not be surprised. All I'm saying, guys, if you have some sense, have better sense to not submit or put yourselves into this type of system, because it's not going to be good for anyone. It's all cool, fun and games until you're actually hurting your spirit and your life. Because by the time you know it, when you take off the headsets, reality. You can never escape it. But virtual reality is just going to be an escape and a reason for people to be even more to themselves more than ever. This is where a lot of companies is going to take over, where people is going to start selling you a virtual house. And all these things is not going to be real. This is depressing. I see a depressing future coming. I'm just hoping and praying for the best for everyone out there who has some sense. And those who are lost, I pray for them as well. This is Woken Up here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.